So Lucan's taking his place for the stable in the Newcastle Gold Cup. I think he's shown continual improvement throughout this preparation. I think he's ready to show a sharp improvement going into this particular race. He's put in some nice performances at Newcastle previously. As I said, I think we've seen some good progression from him off the back of his last start. And I think the conditions suit him much better here. So really pleased with Sir Lucan going into the Newcastle Gold Cup. Top Secret is making his debut at Newcastle in a Colts and Geldings maiden over the 1400 metres. Thought he's looked particularly sharp in two trials going into this. No doubt he's a horse that's bred to get over further, so I think he'll appreciate the tempo and the distance of the 1400 metres first up. But his initial trials have been good. No doubt he'll take good experience from the race day experience today, and he's only open to improvement, but he's certainly done enough to be very competitive first up. Jupiter Hills is racing third up this preparation at Newcastle. She remains at the 1400 metres here after a very gallant start at Hawkesbury on her last occasion. She begun well, showed good speed. I thought she had the race won, just was out on her feet there late. Said I think she'll be better for that experience at the 1400 metres. She's fitter here and more seasoned. I think the Newcastle track will suit her. She's got a little bit lost at Hawkesbury late. So I think she's open to nice improvement and certainly a good chance. Wanneroo is taking his place in the Caulfield Guineas Prelude. He's a quality colt and gets the opportunity to show the Sydney form once again, which we've seen stand up on a few occasions already for the 3-year-old divisions in Melbourne. He was able to have a look around Caulfield with his gallop earlier in the week around the course proper. I thought he looked to stretch out well. He looks in particularly good shape and he's a quality individual. So looking forward to seeing him take his place. Thought it was an excellent performance from Tudun Lizzy first up. She raced over the 1200 metres, which was short of her best. She stuck on very well in what ended up being quite a high pressure race, but I thought her tenacity to stick on as well as she did was very encouraging. I think she'll appreciate the step out to the 1400 metres. The natural tempo of that race should be more to her liking. She'll also appreciate the drop back slightly in grade here. I think she looks to be an excellent chance. Just Fine will race in the Naturalism Stakes, a race over 2,000 metres, which is a distance that I feel he's been looking for now at this point of his preparation. He is third up after two excellent performances in Sydney at weight for age level over the 14 and 1600 metres. Last start he stuck on particularly well. As I said, I think he's just looking to get out to that distance of the 2,000 metres now, which he gets. Settled in nicely. He's had the experience at Caulfield previously. I think he looks in particularly good shape. Royal Patronage was very impressive at his Australian debut. Racing over the 1400 metres, he won impressively. He should appreciate the step up to the 1600 metres here on this occasion. He is stepping up to weight for age level, but I think he's open to that necessary improvement and ready to take that next step. It looks to be a nice setup here for him. I can't wait to see him back at the races. Equally, Major Bill racing in the same race. He won impressively first up over the mile. He's a Derby winner for us, but we have kept him to the shorter trips this preparation of the 1600 metres. So I feel he can be very effective over that trip once again, considering the early tactical speed that he showed. Lady of Camelot shown she's taken that weight for age improvement from her 2-year-old career. Golden Slipper winner resumed with an excellent run. First up in the Moya Stakes over 1,000 metres, as I said, at the weight for age level. She's returned to Sydney. She looks to be in tremendous order. She should appreciate getting back to her home track here. I think the step out to 1,100 metres is a nice setup for her as well. And I think she's ready to take that next step and show the necessary improvement off that first up run and put her Everest credentials on the line here. Elias has been very impressive in the two starts that we've seen him here in Australia. He's building an excellent win record and overall a very nice and progressive horse. He's a month between runs. He's returned to the trials with an excellent performance there to keep him up to the mark. I think he looks particularly well placed here. Expecting to see more progression from him. So he's an excellent chance for us. Serpentine is racing in the Kingston Town Stakes alongside Elias and Military Mission. He's first up this preparation of relatively short turnaround in Queensland. I thought he had excuses up there on that occasion. He's come back looking particularly well. He's trialled up nicely, but will appreciate the step out to the 2,000 metres here. Military Mission in the same race. He's second up after a first up performance in the Chelmsford at weight for age level over the 1600 metres. He was out sprinted on that occasion, so he's going to be much better suited stepping up to the 2000 metres here. He's going to continue to progress off the back of this run. I'm looking forward to seeing Bear on the Loose back at the races on Saturday when he resumes in a 88 handicap over the 1600 metres. He was very effective at his first Australian start and certainly had excuses there when second up. He returns off a quick freshen up here. I thought he's come back in tremendous order. He looked particularly well in his most recent trials and sharpened up with his most recent work. He can certainly be effective for us first up. I think he's in great shape and in for a nice campaign. Kaboo looks to have found a nice race over the 1200 metres in a benchmark 88 handicap. I thought he's been excellent in his 2 runs this preparation. He's been consistent and a touch unlucky there last start when just being held up at a vital stage in running. Importantly, he gets the blinkers for the first time this preparation. I think that'll just help sharpen him up and keep him focused at this particular trip, but certainly a very competitive chance for us.